The city which I consider home is recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records as the sunniest place on Earth. The highest recorded temperature ever on record was an astonishing 124 degrees Fahrenheit in the year 2005. Even with all the sun and heat, the Colorado River runs near and has fun activities for all. Hello, my name is Jeff McGovern, and the city that I'm talking about is Yuma, Arizona. Today, I will inform you about the early history of Yuma, when the American era began for my hometown, and last but not least, how Yuma currently stands now and events on the horizon. So what is the early history of Yuma, you might ask? Yuma was first inhabited by two Native American Indian tribes, the Quechan and the Kokopah Indians. The first Europeans arrived in the year of 1540, and they came from the Sea of Cortez and they went up north, all the way up to the Colorado River to where we know Yuma as today. In 1774, the Viceroy of New Spain charged Juan Bautista de Anza in finding a crossing point from present-day Tucson, Arizona to the coast of California. Juan Bautista de Anza did find a strategic spot where the untamed Colorado River could be easily crossed. The spot which he found was identified by the Quechan Indians, but Juan Bautista eventually called these Indians the Yuma Indians, and this would cause the place where they would cross the Colorado River being called the Yuma Crossing. So now you know the early history of Yuma, but how was my hometown affected by American settlers? The growing influx of Americans into northern Mexico caused hostilities and would eventually lead to the Mexican-American War. The United States won the war, and the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo laid the groundwork for Arizona to become a U.S. possession. The land from the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo would eventually lead to 10 states being added to the Union. Even though the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo was signed, there were still hostilities and disagreements for the southern areas of New Mexico and the southern areas of Arizona. This led to the Gadsden Purchase, and the Gadsden Purchase was just that. They purchased the southern areas of New Mexico, and they purchased the southern areas of Arizona, which would include Yuma, Arizona, in there. One important fact to know was the Yuma Crossing was the strategic spot for people seeking a fortune during the California Gold Rush of 1849. Now we know the American era and how it affected Yuma, but how does this tie in to Yuma now and for the plans for its future? Yuma's population from the 2010 census report was 93,000 people. It increased steadily at 1,500 people per year from the last census report of 2000. Yuma's slow but steady growth benefited mainly from the Yuma Marine Corps Air Station. And Yuma has plans for this Marine Corps Air Station. They plan to keep the residential zoning away from the Marine base, and they want to prevent anything that would cause the base to close. Also, Yuma created the Yuma Crossing National Heritage Area Management Plan, and this was also designated by the National Park Service as a heritage area. Thus, this was recognized by the nation of historical importance during the development of our nation. Now that you know what Yuma's plans are for its future and what it has in store for it now, let's go back over what I talked about today. Today I've informed you of my hometown. It's important to know the early history of Yuma, when the American era began for the city, and how Yuma currently stands now and its plans on the horizon. Now that you know a little bit more of my hometown, you can begin to understand the importance of the city of Yuma. Thank you.